Welcome to my introduction on small books. In my small book, I often tie it with a ribbon, and I actually like torn things. I like soft edges, so I used a piece of torn polka dot orange fabric. So I'd like to start with the outside of my small book simply because I created this too. And so on the outside, I placed 4 complementary, kind of wild, bold, pinkish, purplish, bluish, orange, green colors there. And once I got them on, I like gold, so I put on some gold. And then the gold was too bright, so I put on some raw umber. So it's kind of messy, it's kind of fun, it's mine, and I like it that way. What I have found over the years is I like working in groups of women, small groups of women usually, and so I often put paper dowels, cut out paper dowels in or on my work. And these paper dowels were really about me. This one is the one that I thought I should be, who was like culture said I should be. And then I changed that a little bit to wear long skirts and funky creative jackets. And then I changed that again to wear some slacks with it and a different kind of jacket. And I added some color. And finally, I broke free of the mold, kind of, as much as I could. And in doing that, I became bright orange, and I had these colors streaming off the edges of me, and my hair was wild and crazy, and I was dancing. I was wiggling and giggling and having all kinds of fun. So the small book is what I want it to be. It is mine, nobody else's. I can close it up. Whoops. I will close it up and nobody gets to come inside except by my invitation. So I am inviting you in. I'm inviting you into small books, and this is how it works. So as I open the small books again, you will see that I work in a circle of women. Some of them are my friends, some of them are parts of me. When I started this book in 2018, so yes, it was 3 years ago, and I've done many since, but this is a fairly good example of what I do. In that my focus at the time was authenticity, integrity, truth, love, and connection. So this is what I'm thinking of as I work through my small book. I love potted flowers around my home. I believe in a primal sense of being, so the feather and the spiral. When I want to write something, sometimes I will add a folded book, one that opens up. And at the time I was feeling kind of upside down, so that worked. Whoops. So I often put an envelope in, and if I get one in the mail or get one from somebody and I like the color, I just stick it in. And this went so well with this note and with one of my business cards. And this is really an invitation to come into the process of small book, this process of discovering ourselves, of exploring who we are and what we are, what I am and what you are. This is just for you. It's your book. There's no judgment. There can be lots of color. There can be playfulness. There can be some seriousness, and also just playing with who we are, exploring, digging deep, and sometimes just about having fun. So not all of my pages are finished. This one I just put some stuff on because I wanted to. And I like tearing things. And this is a piece of fabric when I got it was on vacation. And I am letting go of some things and I am opening into others. So what are they? What are they for me? What are they for you? So this is one of the projects we did in my small book group. And I wanted to know who I am now, who I was then. And what happened was, maybe 20 years ago, more, maybe 25, I did one of something similar. It was a time when they had pixelated advertisements, commercials on TV, and a car would fall apart, or a car was driving through and boulders were pixelating, falling apart down on them. And I got the idea that we are all little itty bits, little pixelated, not a wholeness, but things of ourselves that we have gathered. And I created one of these in my journal, my art journal, and was on display at a gallery for a while. But what that woman was so kind of meek and mild. She was pastels. She looked like I looked at the time, and very pastel, very flesh colored, very pastel. And I wanted something now that reflects me. So I wanted to do this for me and for the women in my group. So she came out being rather much bolder colors. She came out with hands. You can see my hands here. You can see that there are vines, and there is a wildish essence to what I did. So over those years, I've let go of some things and I've taken on others. And this is kind of the process of the book. This is, yes, what I wanted to recognize is that life is so full of everything we do and who we are and who we have to be. And there was very little time for me because I was doing so much. I had to learn to say no. I had to make space for me. I was busy, but it had to stop. So I put the basics down, and I added a small version of this page from before, my portrait. I wanted to giggle more, dance more, love more, be more, create more. I wanted to do more resting and drawing and reading and laughing and playing. So that was just here for a while. And then later I added the triangles, and I added these squares and these bubbles that were coming up. And I wrote some more and added spirals and added the waves, which I love. So this is not about doing it all at the same time. It's about setting something down and then allowing it to emerge as we explore ourselves. This is a three-dimensional page. I'm opening French doors so we can step out into this garden that I've created. And there is a fence. And this is like the gardens in England that are surrounded by living space, and there is a garden inside that only the people that live in these homes around can come into this garden. So that's people, not everybody can come into this garden. This garden has a long history where it shut people out because they weren't safe. And now this garden only allows people in at certain times of the day. It still has a place for secrets in this little shed. So we'll close up the garden and move on to these doors. In one of our sessions, one of our play nights, we did finger painting, and I took my finger painting and I opened it up to write on, and as you can see, it hasn't been written on yet. But I also made some intention cards. Took a envelope, a picture envelope, a window envelope, and made some attention cards. I draw into my life things I want and need. So intentions on one side and another finger painting on the other. So as we do this, there's tape, some washi tape. I like to tear things, so the colors that kind of went with this finger painting. This is some of my own handwriting that I put in the background. I like to use gridded paper. It adds a different dimension. There's a Chinese fortune cookie. I am the queen of my own life. Being the queen of my own life. A note to expand on this. More blank pages. An envelope. Always an envelope to stick in things. And my last page. The Lady of Virgin of Guadalupe. Sometimes I need her. This is a print of a friend. A friend did this painting, and it's a print of hers. So sometimes it's just the book is what I want and need it to be to collect what I want. So, yes, I'm doing a class on folded books, and I just wanted people to know what a folded book is. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.